Now, Minister, you're a young man, and I'm a little bit older than you. Okay, well, I'm quite a bit older than you. And we have heard time and time again from governments before about red tape reduction. And we hear the same story over and over and over again, and nothing gets done. So what is it about your government, what is it about your role in your ministry that's going to be different? What can you tell us to help us understand and believe that you will be different from all of your predecessors?
No, you know what, that's a great question. And I think, one of the ways that we're going to be different is, and we already are different, is the way that we've already been, conducting the way government works. We made a commitment from day one to reduce the regulatory burden on businesses. We've actually introduced two pieces of legislation already that help businesses, through two very big pieces of legislation that we had the honor of putting through the floor, speaking to those as well. And I think now that we have a ministry committed to specifically red tape reduction, I think really puts accountability on red tape. We for way too long heard about, just like you were saying, a lot of talk around red tape, but where did we end up as a province? If we look at Ontario's regulatory burden, it's 77%, Quebec is 77% of the regulations that we have, Alberta around 42%, and British Columbia 20% of the regulations that we have. So we have an opportunity to be competitive. We have an opportunity to compete on the global marketplace, and we can't do that without a focus on red tape reduction. And one of the things that I've seen so far through our mandate, through my time in government, is that we're competing with jurisdictions in Ohio and New York, the Tennessees, who are bending over backwards and doing whatever it takes to sift through a lot of this regulation that government has. Businesses want certainty. Businesses don't want to know that when they want to expand, they'll have the opportunities to expand. The Premier is someone who really understands this message, and that's why we've already committed two pieces of legislation to that, and now in the process of even creating a ministry that will hold our government accountable for red tape reduction. And I think one of the most important parts of this ministry is being able to listen to concerns of businesses, and then actually being able to work on them. We have a red tape reduction bill that's coming in this fall. We'll have another red tape reduction bill that's coming in the spring session. And so when we speak to businesses like you, all of those right here today, we have an actual opportunity to make an impact right away. And we've already seen much of that impact through our two pieces of legislation. So this government is committed to working smarter for business, and I think we've seen a lot of that. And I'll actually reference the CFIB's report on what we've been able to accomplish. Our last year they gave us, I believe it was a C- on the red tape side. And in just 1 year of the bills that we've been able to introduce and the work that our government has done, they've upgraded us to an A- on the report card this year. So that speaks to a lot of the work that we've been doing on this.